The subcontinent of India is a very large country, over 1 billion people living in 28 different diverse states, and planning our 2.5-week vacation there was not an easy decision. I knew one place I wanted to start was the city of Amritsar in the northern state of Punjab. After the long journey, we landed and stayed one night at the Oberoi Hotel in Delhi. It is an awesome place. They didn't pay me to stay there or say that, but who knows, maybe next time they will. The train from Delhi to Amritsar gave us airplane-style seating, and that was rather unique. Most long-distance trains in India have berths or bunks for hire in 3 or 4 different classes of service, but this was a nice introduction to India's rail service. Waking up in Amritsar offered us a vastly different landscape. It's about 20 miles from the border of Pakistan. There's a big military presence. It's an old-world atmosphere, and even though Delhi seemed old to us, Amritsar seemed really, really old. You know, as we walked these streets and back alleys and through the marketplace of this town, we began to realize that the lifestyle of many of these people probably hadn't changed that much over the years, and perhaps even over the centuries. There's still a lot of manual, unskilled labor, and unemployment and education are still huge problems in India. I have never met so many people in my life who had never stepped foot in a classroom, not for 1 year, not for 1 day, not for 1 minute. It was an eye-opening experience. So when the hustle got real intense, and it does get real intense, people forever want your business. They want to be your tour guide. They want to shine your shoes. They want to sell you some clothing that they know you will never need or wear. Or even if they just want to stop you on the street and take a photo, we tried to be available. We tried to be respectful as much as possible. It didn't always work out, but for the most part it did. We were visiting their country. We were visiting their city. We were in their state. And it was important to embrace them as much as possible, to slow down, to try to address their questions, to try to speak English when they wanted to. If you've ever been to India, you know what I mean. I have never been anywhere in the world that's quite so intense as India, but it was a very worthwhile experience. I learned that the daily wage for a lot of these working class people was like $1 a day. Sometimes less. Many times they made nothing at all. So a little bit of money that we could spare would often go a long way to them. They could feed their family for a day, sometimes even more, on a very small contribution that we could make. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to visit Punjab, and the city of Amritsar in particular, is the food. I have a theory: the closer you get to a border, the better the food is going to get. And that theory proved true once again in Punjab. The national dish here, and something they eat every day, is aloo matar, or matar aloo, depending on how you like to say it. Peas and potatoes. It's a simple curry, often served with bread like kulcha or naan that you see here, which is a simple white bread, crispy. It's a little sugar added for sweetness. It's fulfilling. It is very affordable, and it is delicious. We ate quite a lot of it in our stay in India. The other bread is kulcha, and I'd like to know the difference between that and naan. I asked a lot of people. No one was really able to describe how it's significantly different than naan, but equally delicious. As we traveled throughout India, we began to learn that the Amritsar food, or the Punjabi food, is revered throughout the country. The street food in particular is often thought to be some of the best street food that you'll find in anywhere in India. And one place I need to mention is this, the Beer Chicken House. I read about it on a lot of different food blogs about Punjabi or Amritsar restaurants, and then I found a YouTube video that the chef put up several years ago, and I highly recommend everybody watch it. There's a link for it coming up in just a few minutes. Get ready for it. Basically, they make a charcoal roasted or broiled chicken, and I've had similar type of restaurants prepare this all over the world. It's a very simple dish. A lot of cultures make it, but what these guys are doing is so good. We ate there 2 different times in the 5 nights we were in Amritsar. This guy deserves all the accolades and a lot of respect, and I'm so glad we got to meet him. Okay, the number one reason many people visit Amritsar is this place, the Golden Temple. Sikhism is the 4th largest religion in India. There are over 20 million Sikhs living in the country, and of those, 76% of them live in Punjab. Now you can imagine on top of that, 10, 20, up to 50, or even 100,000 Sikhs visit this holy site every day. Now, when we were there were far fewer people. It was a cold January day. You have to take your shoes off. It's a marble floor. It's cold and wet, but it was well worth the experience. Of all the religions we came in contact, and we met awesome people all throughout India, many Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, but no one impressed me more than the Sikh people. I knew very little about Sikhism or the Sikh culture prior to visiting this area of the world, and I can tell you these people are the real deal. They set up food kitchens and feed so many people throughout not just the state of Punjab, but the entire country of India every single day. They do not have their hands out constantly. I never felt that they were trying to hit me up for money, which most places I did. It was never a hustle to try to negotiate one thing. Everything was very, very charitable and on the up. These people are so impressive. This food hall here serves, like I said, up to 100,000 people every day. It's free. They do not care where you came from, what your religion is. They are so cool. I have so much respect for the Sikh people. And one of the last things we did before leaving the state of Punjab was go to this flag lowering ceremony. They do it every night at sunset in this stadium. It's built on the India and Pakistan border. Both countries fill up their side with fans and citizens and celebrities. There were not that many tourists. It was mostly local people. You could see a lot of coverage of this on YouTube, professional video coverage. It's great to watch, very entertaining. Goose stepping, lots of salutes, call and response blaring through the sound systems. Basically the same thing going on the other side of the fence, on the Pakistani border. They're wearing different uniforms, of course, and different colors, but it began to occur to me this may be the closest I ever get to the Pakistani people. I may never visit the country of Pakistan, and I regret that. It's a big tragedy that more Western tourists are not going to Pakistan. I believe it's becoming more open to independent travelers, but still a lot of people are fearful of what's going on in the country of Pakistan. And a lot of people forget or don't know that there was no country of Pakistan prior to 1947. Old Dickie Mountbatten went there and literally drew a line in the sand, created this country in 1947. August of 1947 is when Pakistan was born because of the British. The British did irreparable damage to this area of the world. This country has never quite recovered. I'm glad I was able to visit in 2020. We shall see what the future may bring. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is the Gallivanting Man saying ciao for now.